What's up, guys? Reviews by Hunter. I'm Hunter. Welcome back to another video for Sakomoto Days, Season 1, Episode 14. I really liked this episode. It kicks off with Shin visiting someone named Granny Mia. She is a 98-year-old woman known as the Godly Hand because almost any injury she can fix up. So we see Shin being given acupuncture, remember, because he pushed himself past his physical limits with his new ability to see slightly into the future. So he's getting fixed up, and she fixes up pretty much the entirety of Team Sakomoto. She gives like this detoxification drink to Lou, and then she also gives some, what did she do? For Sakomoto, she does like these pressure points that are supposed to make him feel better. Granny Mia actually does say that the way Shin pushed himself would be similar to forcing your body to sprint while holding your breath. I'll be honest, I've never tried to hold my breath while sprinting, but I would imagine that it would not feel great. Granny Mia did give us an interesting piece of information this episode as far as how strong Sakomoto currently is. She says that he's probably only 30% as strong as he was in his prime, which is pretty crazy because we've seen Sakomoto do some just like ridiculous OP stuff. I don't even like, what was he like in his prime? That's crazy to say that he's only at 30% of his true strength, man. Wow. So remember how last episode I think it ended off with Minimalist, death row inmate Minimalist, walking into the grocery store of the Sakomoto family and confronting his wife? Well, guess what? In this episode, it's revealed that his wife actually isn't there. Nagamo, the friend of Sakomoto, member of the Order, Sakomoto cashed in a favor that Nagamo owed him, I think. And so he uses his ability to, like, I don't know what it is, if he can shapeshift or just, he steals people's, like, identities. I think it's some type of shape-shifting ability. But it's not Sakamoto's wife, it's Nagamo. And I think I forgot to say this in one of my reviews, that Nagamo said that he is considered S rank by the death row inmates and Slur, whereas Sakamoto currently is considered B rank. And when he told Sakamoto that, he was clearly upset by it. We saw his glasses like kind of shattering a bit because he's like, what? Only B rank? Like that competitive side of him coming out. But Nagamo is S rank, the highest level. So he's one of the highest threat levels. This fight was an absolute dog walking. Similar to the fight with, what's her name? Osaragi and Dump, where Osaragi just whooped Dump. This was like that, except Nagamo was literally just toying with Minimalist the entire time. I don't think Minimalist landed a single blow on Nagamo. It's crazy. There's a fun exchanging of dialogue in this episode where Minimalist says, "I'll crush you," and then Nagamo, who's always sort of jokey, always sort of he comes off very like not goofy, but almost, he just doesn't take things seriously, although he's extremely dangerous. And for one of the first times, he actually delivers this line in a fairly serious tone. After Minimalist says, "I'll crush you," Nagamo goes, "You're not that good," as he freaking like teleports behind him, man. He's just toying with Minimalist so badly in this fight, man. We go to a scene with Hisuke, Hisuke the sniper. So Hisuke engages with death row inmate Apart. He's standing like on top of this like glass floor, and he sees Apart and fires his sniper at him. And it was really cool because all the bullets were ricocheting off of the glass before it went to go to Apart. Apart does dodge, and he very easily gets the upper hand on Hisuke. Turns out, Hisuke was just kind of a distraction, waiting for Sakomoto to arrive. The true fight was Taro Sakomoto versus death row inmate Apart, who I believe is the strongest death row inmate. Back to the fight. We go back to the fight between Nagamo and Minimalist. Nagamo brings out a weapon that has 6 different blades. This is his signature weapon. Remember how Osaragi's signature weapon was that, good lord, I don't remember the name of it right now, but the collapsible buzzsaw. The collapsible buzzsaw. His signature weapon, I believe, I don't know the actual proper name of it, But he tells Minimalist, pick a number between 1 and 6. He has this dice, 6-sided dice. Chucks it in Minimalist's mouth, and then he spits it out, and it lands on 3. Nagamo's like, something along the lines of, oh, that was an unlucky roll, but not for me, for you. And he brings out a blade, I believe, called a Mandarin, and literally beheads Minimalist just instantly, kills him. This fight was just pure domination. And Nagamo, I mean, that's what an S rank is, right? He makes very short work of Minimalist. So we go back to the fight between Sakomoto and Apart. Now, Sakomoto, remember, in season 1, if it's a really difficult fight, he'll slim down to his skinny form, his prime form, in order to, I guess, bring out his full strength. He's noticing in this fight he's unable to slim down. But he kind of thinks back to the pressure points that Granny Mia was putting on him and was like, oh, she did something. And then we actually do see Granny Mia speaking to, I forget who she's speaking to, but she's saying that Sakomoto relies too much on his slim down form, and he doesn't realize all the advantages of fighting in his fat or chubby form. And so she basically locked his ability via pressure points to transform for the time being. And so Sakomoto starts to learn through the fight the advantages of using a heavier set body, but is a body that is still trained to assassinate people. And he begins to get the upper hand on death row inmate Apart. Eventually Sakomoto does defeat Apart. Oh wait, hold on. I want to make sure I'm not spoiling anything from the next episode, which I've watched as well. Okay. I don't think so. But anyway, my thoughts on this episode, it was solid. If I had to rate it, I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I think Apart is the strongest death row inmate. He's going toe-to-toe with Sakomoto here. Sakomoto is not finding this fight easy, whereas we've seen a lot of the other death row inmates get whooped, but he's the only one who's actually putting up a fight. And I mean, the fact that Sakomoto wanted to slim down to fight him shows that he's pretty powerful in himself. I don't know what his rank would be. If I had to guess, he's probably like A rank, is what I would guess. One of my favorite parts of this episode was the sniper attack. It's just a small part of the episode, but I love the way he ricochets his bullets off of everything, man. But it raises the question of, will we see less of slimmed down Sakomoto because he's supposed to now be learning how to bring out his full potential in chubby form? I'm not sure. But overall, a pretty fun episode with another death of a death row inmate, and just some more information a little bit on kind of where characters lie power scale wise. But it was a fun one. This one's going to be well under 10 minutes, so we're at the 8-minute mark right now. But that's all I have for this episode of Sakomoto Days. Leave me a comment telling me what you thought. That's all I got. Take care.